Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing college football week 10, and we're talking with a brand new guest. I'm very happy to welcome to SBR Videos. His name is Kyle Hunter. His website is huntersportspicks.com, and this is a guy who I approached myself. He didn't come to me. He didn't ask me. He wasn't put in touch with me. I approached him because I've been impressed with what he's done for quite a long time now. I follow him, his picks on Facebook. He has Facebook and Twitter, and his website. He has free picks on his website, huntersportspicks.com, and I'm very happy to have him on here. He's coming off a huge week in college football. Kyle Hunter, thanks for being with us.
Thanks a lot for having me on, Peter. I appreciate the chance to be a part of this.
Yeah, sure. Well, I've been following you for quite some time on Facebook, and to my eye, your record, especially things like college football, has been quite impressive. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, college football has been a really good sport for me. I do really well in college basketball as well. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm a pretty well-rounded handicapper, but I love the college sports. I went 10-1 last weekend in college football, 6-0 in my last 6 top-rated plays. I don't step out with top-rated plays too often, but when I do, they do cash in at a good rate. Mm-hmm. I also wanted to mention that I have a NBA 7 for $7 special up until Sunday at my website, huntersportspicks.com. That's basically a good chance for somebody to just test out the waters for a really cheap price.
Okay, great. In the early portion of the NBA season, do you find a lot of value, or is it sort of treacherous? You don't have a good read on teams yet.
I think the NBA early season is a good time to find some value on certain teams. You key in on certain teams you have a good lean on, but there's also other teams where I like to stay away from them and give them a couple weeks to see what I find.
All right, sounds great. Well, again, his name is Kyle Hunter. Comes to us from huntersportspicks.com. He has a presence on Twitter and Facebook, and I follow him on Facebook, and I've been following him for quite a while, and that is why I asked him to join our roster, and I'm happy that he said yes. All right. North Carolina, Miami, Florida is the college game we're going to do right now. Miami, Florida right now, 14.5 or 15-point home favorite. That's been bet up from 12. Total is 70.5. That's been bet up just a tick from the opener of 70. And, Miami here is off of 2 days extra rest, but UNC has they've covered 3 in a row, and they were they were ranked in the top 25 to start the year. Then they very much underperformed and underwhelmed in the early weeks of the season, but they've been playing a little bit better recently. So I'm kind of thinking maybe they'll have a betting value on them. The other thing I think about when I look at UNC is overs, right? They usually go high scoring. Their last game was against Virginia, who tends to keep scoring modest. That game went under, but still went to 55. And we know what Miami can do, right? They had a home game against Cincinnati that went to 89. They can easily have high scoring games themselves. So my first thought when I saw this one was maybe a shot with the over 70, but it's always very nervous. Makes me a little bit nervous to go too crazy with college football totals over 70, because so many times we see this and can wind up unexpectedly going low or still going high but still sneaking under like 68, something like that. So what's your take on this game, Kyle Hunter?
I kind of have a similar take that you did from the start. I like the over in this one a lot. I actually had this one circled that I wanted to play the over. Mm-hmm. It opened at 65.
Oh, okay.
And it bet up very quickly to 70. So the money's coming in heavily on the over. I do think that number's a little bit too high for me to play on the over. Mm-hmm. I prefer the side here, and I like North Carolina quite a bit.
Okay.
North Carolina started the season out really slowly, a big disappointment. I think bettors are thinking a little bit too much about their early season problems. Mm-hmm. North Carolina's played a lot better of late, like you said. They played well against Notre Dame, had a shot to win that game, beat Georgia Tech, a team that's pretty good, and then last week upset Virginia. So you've got a North Carolina team that's going in the right direction for sure. You also have a Miami team that I think is getting a little bit too much credit for their thumping of Virginia Tech last week. Virginia Tech's in a lot of trouble right now. They're a real mess. I don't know that was that impressive of a win. The other thing I like about this game is the underdogs 8-1-1 against the spread in the last 10 meetings between these two. Mm-hmm. 14.5, 15 points is a lot of points here. I like North Carolina.
Yeah, it is. I have 2 questions, basically. Does the 2 extra rest days that Miami has on North Carolina matter to you much? And does the line movement concern you at all? Did cross the 14, pretty significant movement from 12 to 14.5 or 15.
The 2 extra days concerns me a little bit more than the line movement. I think the 2 extra days is good for Miami. Duke Johnson was dinged up a little bit after last game, but those 2 extra days should help him be ready for this one. one. Obviously, Miami's going to score a lot of points here, and I think Miami's going to win the game. I just don't think they're going to win by more than 2 touchdowns. And I will say that this line got to 17 points yesterday, so
Wow, okay.
it's been some buyback on North Carolina, and I think that's probably some sharp money buying North Carolina. I think the Tar Heels stay within the number.
Makes sense to me. That is how I would lean as well. Right now, 15 is a widely available number. Kyle Hunter from HunterSportsPicks.com. Like in North Carolina, currently plus 15. Thanks so much, Kyle.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.